welcome to the final episode of Conquest Recruitment Swap. So today we are taking on the boss, the one and only Takumi. He is very scary. He has many skills. Let's take a look at what he has. Competitive, while he is supported by a partner. He has Draconic Hex like Korn does. Dragon Skin, half damage taken from crits, skills. So Ryoma, as much as it would be nice to get a crit or something against him, yeah. I really, the plan I try here is really relies on Ryoma being able to one round. Vengeance, very scary, and the backup unit can fight as well. Alright. So, how are we going to do this? It's going to involve rescuing. Mitama here has full rescue staff with 2 charges. Azuma has 1 with the one we burned, I believe, on Shiro back in his paralogue. So the plan is to have Ryoma fight these guys off. Run down here as far as he can. He's going to go by himself because he has to pair up with Hinoka on the next turn. And he has to have flight. Yeah, it's why some of my pairings are a little bit off. I guess we can just move up. By the way, because of the final map, who is your favorite final boss? I think the funnest for me is Azura and Radiant Dawn. It's just fun having everyone pile up on the spirits to take them out. Although I really dislike how I can only get the final hit, but anyway, anyone can get the final hit on Takumi, thank goodness. And we can't save between the maps, but luckily I scummed a little bit just for my own sanity and recording. Plus we can have fun and experiment with different things with the boots. I did have 1 pair left and I gave them to Mitama because she's going to have to run on herself after Arachi flies her and rescues. So essentially rescue Azura, fly out and rescue Azura, and then rescue again. So let's just go ahead and begin.
My apologies.
By the way, some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah, it really, really relies on Ryoma being able to one round. So I'm going to have him go right here. And Azura can go as far as she can where it's safe. Sing. And he's going to take on these Oni chieftains. Okay. Now, ideally they won't go for Hinoka, but I'm going to have to put her back a little bit. Arachi also wants to go out as far as possible. Kaldori also wants to go out as far as possible. She has a staff user. I guess everyone else will just hang out. Not there. It's a bit hard to see the floor with, yeah. Might want, if this takes more than 2 turns, I may want to have a royal handy to step on the Dragon's Vein. Luckily these 2 are together because, yeah, their pair partners are kind of occupied, and Rinka and Chrome will just hang out in the back. Those Dragon Veins put up a barrier because every couple of turns Takumi will do like an AoE attack, will send in everyone who damages anyone who's not behind a barrier. Ideally for this one though, you want to play it as fast as possible. Okay, that guy's a little bit annoying that he didn't die, but I'm going to pair Ryoma up with you. Now, I have to rescue Azura. Yeah, we have to do a lot. Actually, you're very in the way. I might take you out with somebody. Not you. Maybe let Takumi do something. It would be great to have him fight himself, but I don't know. Since I did save Scum, maybe I can try an experiment later on. Get him further going. Okay, so right now I can get... Now, who's going to rescue Azura is the question. I think I'm going to have you rescue her. Or maybe rescue Ryoma. Let's see. How far can you go out to rescue Azura? Let's see how Azuma can... Might want to test the ranges before we commit. Okay, so you can rescue Azura. My plan was to have... Yeah, you rescue Azura, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna use the rescue on Azura. I'm gonna dance, hide Azura behind these rocks. She will die horribly if this doesn't go accordingly. I'm gonna rescue Ryoma. Or Hinoka, technically. Mitama's just gonna run as far as she can, hence why she got the boots. rescue Hinoka again. Hopefully we are close enough. We are. Technically we are, because Ryo has 2 range. Alright! Well, here we go. I should note that in this game, the characters don't technically die in this map because once I go back to my castle, it's going to reset itself essentially as if we're on chapter 27 starting. And that is really bad. Really, really bad. Yeah. Well, let's at least get all of the important characters going. Rinka, there's a Rinka fan in chat, so I have to keep her alive at the very least. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if this Takumi died and the map ended? Don't have another rescue in the convoy for anyone else to use. Yeah, he's charging up his attack. Oh, waifu, you might die.
Guess I'll walk into the light.
You can't die, actually, because you're a father character, so you have to stay alive. Well, thank you for not going for Kaldori. Azura did her job. Good unit.
So
10 out of 10.
is how it ends.
And technically, it's all Ryoma's fault. I executed that strategy and... Yeah, waifu!
Is this how it ends?
Crom and Kaldori, they weren't meant to be together. And now we have a guard meter to deal with. Oh, that's actually helpful, but unfortunately everyone is dead. Can you two survive? Probably not. She does have Miracle, but this shouldn't trigger it. I don't think it's gonna trigger now. I actually don't use Miracle, like, at all, so yeah, okay, it's not going to trigger. Usually I tend to not put my clerics in range to ever really see Miracle go off. Nice, Arachi. Good unit. I'd rather Takumi not die. Well, depends which one we're talking about. And it's also funny how the scary music doesn't play here. Nice. Takumi, you have to survive until we can kill Takumi. Come on, Takumi, I believe in you. Good. Okay, I think... Nope, they're gonna go for Arachi.
This wasn't in the cards.
Have to just protect Chrome. Well, that was disappointing. Takumi did well, though. Let's see if Ryoma can save Takumi by defeating Takumi. Although he has to go through a guard meter first.
I'll back you up.
It's fine.
Are you alright? Back off.
Well, we won at the cost of a waifu. But that's how it goes. I wanted to do rescue strats. Maybe I could put a little montage together of rescuing different people. I would, once again, like to see Takumi versus Takumi. And at least Elise survived in all this. And Camilla definitely survived in all of this. That cutscene makes me laugh so much. Well, Chrome is now a bachelor. That should make Sumiya very happy, or whoever her counterpart is here. And I really don't want to watch this, and I think this might get copyrighted. I don't know. This song was kind of controversial back when this game came out. Well, not controversial, it's just Nintendo doesn't like to have it go up. Okay, well. Let's see. Can't bring waifu. For the one Rinka fan that was in the comments, we'll bring Rinka. We'll bring Rinka. She did do a good job tanking those guys. But luckily for Chrome, we're back here. So yeah, we can play this map as much as we want. We can try some other things. Maybe I will try and get Chigumi down there to see how that plays out. And that would be the end of Conquest Recruitment Swap. So overall, pretty fun. Some chapters were definitely easier with Ryoma. Some chapters, like Chapter 26, were much, much harder without tanks. Any chapter where you really need to tank, like Chapter 18, the start where those generals were, that is where I'd find a lot of the difficulty comes from this. But it's not too much harder overall. Playing it in Lunatic would also be quite fun and quite a challenge. I don't know if I could do that on camera with my sanity of resetting all the time. But yeah, pretty fun hack, a whole different way you have to strategize and go through the game than you do with the Conquest character. So if I go back to the vanilla Conquest, yeah, going to be a lot different than what we experienced here. And we get to show off the Birthright characters. Birthright is regarded as one of the lower tiered games on many people's tier lists, so we get to at least experience them. And because some of them are pretty cool, although Tsubaki is really bad. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. If you're playing along, hopefully you can do the final map better than I can. And that's going to bring us to another question. What are we going to play next? Last time when we did a vote, the second place winner was, I believe, either the Path of Radiance randomizer, which, by the way, only randomizes the classes. So you still have Ike, Boyd, Oscar, Titania at the start, but their classes are different. So Ike can be a mage, Titania can be... Lagoos actually swap with pre-promote, so Titania can be like a tiger, Mordecai can be a paladin. All kind of fun stuff that can happen there. An all-girls run, I was leaning towards the Marth game, but someone did suggest doing like a swap of characters, like between each map, and that might be fun for Fire Emblem 3. For a girls-only run for a Marth game, I was thinking maybe FE12, though. I don't know what difficulty to play in because the Maniac mode, I know getting Pella is such a pain. I think I did lose her in my Iron Man when I did Maniac, so maybe play it in hard. Or maybe suggest a different game for an all-girls run. A game like Awakening, Fates, Engage, Three Houses are usually even in the gender ratio, and the point is to have a challenge. So I'd prefer to do it in an older game because there's just less units to work with. Do still want to do FE4 and 5 eventually. FE4 I might wait until like a remake is announced and then just go through the old one. FE5, really don't know what challenge I can do in it. I've only played that game once, so I just think maybe going through again, not with the help of any guide, might be entertaining, like watching me go through the forest map, not remembering where the tiles are, that sort of thing. But those are suggestions. I will probably do another vote eventually. If you have any ideas, please comment them, and I'll gladly add them to the list. I think I can do 5 max in a vote. By the way, as far as Engaged, I don't know if I want to play that just yet. I was initially waiting for all the DLC to be released, but I might actually play it without DLC. Maybe make it like limited resources, limited reclassing. In either Hard or Maniac, just so I can see, like, I want to try and use the characters on their own merits. I see a lot of tier lists on that, and some of them do kind of tick me off because they rate characters highly after they give them the mass favoritism, like a certain someone in that game, Anna. And I just like to use the units how they are, so maybe it might be fun to one day make a tier list after I play a Maddening or Hard run, just tiering the units on how they perform on their own. But yeah, that's the plan for the future. Engage probably won't be next. I kind of want to wait for the hype to die down because there's like a slew of videos, just Engage content. I feel like will drown in all of it. So maybe come back whenever people have more of a good mindset on good units and good tier lists and that sort of thing. But yeah, overall, a really fun hack. If you love Conquest, if you love the Birthright characters, definitely give it a try. I finally was able to link it right in the comments section. And next time I'll probably have Somi back. Maybe for a few, maybe not every episode, maybe for like 1 or 2 here and there. But he is pretty cute. Anyway, that's Conquest Recruitment Swap, and I will see you for the next playthrough. Okay. Okay, so I'm back here with Takumi on Hinoga, and I've done the same rescue strats. I've also brought Scarlet on Azama, so waifu won't die. I didn't even bring her at all in this map. So let's see how Takumi does against himself. Well, let's just go for it. And three Takumis, what am I saying? How did the odds stack for our boy?
I won't allow it.
Not going too well. Well, everyone else is kind of... yeah. Well, let's watch the slaughtering. Okay, we know how this goes. There's a miracle. Well, that didn't go as planned. Definitely not.
Defeated by you?
Well, in the end, Takumi still died. Alright, and now let's see how Chrome does against Takumi. This time I once again brought Scarlet here. Nothing really changed too much. Let's see if he can do a much better job against his evil little brother than Ryoma did. Well, he's not bad. We get a conversation this time, yeah. Probably he doesn't proc vengeance. It's actually going to be a good thing. If Chrome did proc something there, this probably could have been one-turned. Alright, I'm just gonna hold down the L button so we don't have to watch. And that turns on the staff animation. And there goes Miracle again. Okay. Actually, we'll be able to save... Nope. We're not saving Azalma this time either.
How could this happen?
That's basically a luck thing. If he would have procced something earlier on and... yeah. Just kind of like a gamble thing. But yeah, Chrome didn't make it either. Well, guess him and Caldori are not meant to be.